Salutations, my Fallout lovers. It is Matty here today bringing you a Fallout 4 discussion video. Now, before anything, be sure to check out the link in the description of my previous video. That is my 16-minute in-depth analysis of the Fallout 4 reveal trailer. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I recently held a poll on my Twitter account to have you guys help me decide what topic in the Fallout community I shall discuss next. So that's why it's so important that you go ahead to the links in the description and follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, constantly interacting with you guys, and you always help me create these videos. So be sure to do that right now. Anyways, you guys decided that the first topic I should talk about is the graphics for Fallout 4, because it seems to be a big debate in the Fallout community right now is, are these graphics good enough? Now, I'm going to start off by saying that, ladies and gentlemen, I am not one who judges games off graphics entirely. Do I like a pretty game? Yes, absolutely. It's an enhancer. But is it a make or break deal for me as a gamer? Absolutely not. So now that you know how I stand on the point when it comes to graphics, let's discuss what the community is saying. A lot of people are saying that this game does not look nearly as good as Skyrim, and in fact, it looks worse than Skyrim, okay? And so I'm gonna start off by saying this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not the same situation that we had with Watch Dogs or The Witcher 3, where we saw gameplay trailers online on how absolutely gorgeous this game looked, and then we get our hands on the actual game, and while the game, yeah, it looked pretty good, it didn't look as good. There were a lot of noticeable differences. And so I think it's kind of a good thing that Bethesda's graphics aren't absolutely like maxed out on PC type level stuff where, you know, we're not going to be able to naturally achieve that type of graphical fidelity. I feel like Bethesda's giving us the game how it is realistically. Now, with that said, if you're a Fallout fan, okay, chances are you've been waiting for Fallout 4 for a long time, okay? So if graphics are really going to make or break whether or not you're interested in this game, I suggest that you don't touch this game, ladies and gentlemen, because quite honestly, it's a bit ridiculous. Now, one thing I did notice, though, that I will concur with when it comes to the graphics is that there are different times it looks a bit different. When the game is nice and vibrant and beautiful when it comes to the pre-war stuff, it seems like the game has a different cartoony look compared to when you see like the Deathclaw, for example, or when you're in Diamond City. This kind of dimmed look looks a lot better. It looks a lot more, well, next gen, if you want to call it that, honestly. And that's where I think it comes in. I think it all comes down to play in this newer engine that Bethesda's been implementing, which I'll discuss in a separate video. And I feel like that's where it all comes down to, is the lighting, where you're at in the world, and that's how it differentiates on how it looks rather. But nonetheless, should the graphics matter? No, it looks good enough for me to actually not have an eyesore while playing it, much like Fallout 3 on console. I apologize if that rubs you the wrong way, but I'm just saying, okay, it's passable. It's, in my opinion, better looking than Skyrim, and that's all I wanted. Everything better than Skyrim. That's how it's supposed to be in your next installment in a game series 4 years down the line when you are working on new, more powerful consoles. So, with that all said, ladies and gentlemen, that is your Fallout 4 discussion on the graphics. It's not a big deal. It shouldn't be a big deal. And if it is a big deal, you might be in the wrong place, because graphics shouldn't matter for a game we've waited this long for. What should matter for a Fallout game is content, longevity, exploration, atmosphere, music. That's what matters to me in a Fallout game personally, and that's what should matter to you. I know everyone has their own personal taste in games, and some people really do like graphics. They think it's a make or break thing. But when it boils down to it, a Fallout game comes down to its atmosphere and its content, not how it looks. And it looks fine. So those are my opinions on it, and I'd love to hear yours. Be sure to let me know what you're thinking in the comments down below. Other than that, be sure to, like I asked earlier, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Other than that, my Fallout lovers, stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.